This is the Composer Corner. Composer Corner.
Hi, I'm Emily from Meg, and today I'm going to be looking at Steve Reich and minimalism in America. So, Steve Reich was born in 1936 in New York, America, and he composed minimalist music. Britannica states that it's an American movement in the visual arts and music originating in New York City in the late 1960s. And it is characterised by extreme simplicity of form and a literal objective approach. In both music and the visual arts, minimalism was an attempt to explore the essential elements of an art form. In minimalist visual arts, the personal, gestural elements were stripped away in order to reveal the objective, purely visual elements of painting and sculpture. This means that minimalist art and music and sculpture was about finding the art in its pure and straightforward form. Have a look at Frank Steller's artwork. You can see that his work is bright and colourful, featuring block colours and quite simple shapes. Minimalist music, however, features layers of ostinato. So this means layers of repeated melodies over and over and over again to create layers of music. These are constantly repeated patterns that are subject to gradual changes, either changing by one note or changing by a few notes, adding or subtracting these notes in the melody. Minimalist music is built up of layered textures to create a sense of polyphony. It has interlocking repeated phrases and rhythms, and it often uses diatonic harmony. So that means that the music is not atonal, it has a sort of key that it sits in. So Steve Reich was born in New York and was raised there and in California. Steve Reich graduated with honours in philosophy from Cornell in 1957, and for the next 2 years he then studied at Juilliard School of Music. In 1966, Steve Reich founded his own ensemble of 3 musicians, which rapidly grew to 18 members or more. Since 1971, Steve Reich and these musicians have frequently toured the world. His piece for 18 musicians is for this ensemble. Take a listen to it, as it involves many different pianos and other bits of percussion. Mr. Reich's 1988 piece, Different Trains, marked a new compositional method that was a bit different from the previous minimalist acoustic sounds. His pieces, It's Gonna Rain and Come Out, are speech recordings that generate the music material for musical instruments. The New York Times hailed Different Trains as a work of astonishing originality that breakthrough seems the only possible description, possesses an absolutely harrowing emotional impact, and he received a Grammy from this work. Different Trains is about the Holocaust and the different trains that went through the concentration camps. It is very important and a hard listen, so only listen if you feel comfortable. Steve Reich's other composition is called Clapping Music, and this is written for 2 performers. It displays the technique of phase shifting that is commonly used by other minimalist composers. Phase shifting means moving music, literally shifting the melody or a rhythm a certain amount of beats out of time from the original melody. In the end, these group of rhythms slowly shifts back into time and the performers end up playing the same rhythm. Here's the rhythm. try and play along with the video. Reich was influenced by New York. He was born and brought up there, and he has written many pieces that feature different parts of New York. The most famous one, however, is New York Counterpoint, and it's written for clarinets. The bass clarinet in this piece, Reich suggests that it's trains coming in and out of a station in New York. And other clarinets in this piece reflect on the busy and bustling city and the people going past. In 2012, Reich was awarded the Gold Medal in Music by the American Academy of Arts and Letters. I highly recommend you going out and looking at Steve Reich's music. It is very interesting, and often he uses electronics within his acoustic works, and these are exceptional.
This is the Composer Corner. Composer Corner.